Hello guys, this is the first and best sensitivity settings in 2026, made for PUBG Mobile and all its versions, except the PC version, which I personally made for you, and I will also show you how to set it up. You will also see that this sensitivity got a score of 200 in hard mode, which is amazing. Well, first I should say that if you are a gyro player, disable the option camera rotation while ADS, but if you are a non-gyro player, enable this. Disabling this option for gyro players helps prevent extra recoil from being created by touching the scope option. And you should control the recoil only with the gyroscope, not by touching the scope option. Well, if this option is enabled for non-gyro players, it helps them control the recoil by touching the scope option, which is very easy when shooting, by gently pulling the fingers on the scope option downward. Well, after setting this section, let's move on to the main part of our work. First, select the low option from this section. Note that we have two sections, lens and gyroscope. The gyroscope section is for gyro players, but the lens section is for both groups, meaning both gyro players and non-gyro players. In the lens section, the first part is camera sensitivity. This part is for before shooting and is only for aiming, meaning this section is active for you until you start shooting. And as soon as you shoot, the next section that I will mention becomes active for you. Here, set the 2x scope to 30, set the 4x scope to 15, set the 8x scope to 12, set the 6x scope to 10, set the 3x scope to 20, and leave these two items as default. Now go to the next section, which is ADS sensitivity. This is the section that, while you are shooting, you should use as a non-gyro player to control the recoil. Make sure it is enabled for you. Here, set the 2x scope to 20, set the 4x scope to 9, set the 6x scope to 10, set the 3x scope to 15. And again, do not change these two items because the default is good. Then go to the next section, which is camera sensitivity. This section is for when you use the eye option, when you are in a vehicle, when you are using a parachute in the air, and other situations. Here, set FPP to 90, set TPP to 85, and also set camera to 85. Well, if you are a non-gyro player, your work is finished here. Save your sensitivity from this section and use it. But if you are a gyro player, let's move on to the next section. Well, here the first section is called gyroscope sensitivity. Here, set the first 4 items to 400 because in close combat, speed is our priority. Set the 3x scope to 170, set the 4x scope to 100, set the 6x scope to 110, and set the 8x scope to 60. Then go to the next section, which is the most important part. This section is called ADS gyroscope sensitivity, which is for when you are shooting, and of course when your gyro is enabled, and make sure it is enabled from this section. Here, set the first 3 items to 400 and set the 2x scope to between 300 and 350. Although I don't think you will use the 2x scope. Set the 3x scope to 255, set the 4x scope to 150, set the 6x scope to 195, and set the 8x scope between 50 and 80 as you like. And this is the code, copy and use it. If you need a new code, comment nice and nicely.